Hello, this is Mark Gilbertson and this is my Darcy report. So today I'm going to show you how to make a USB charger using a solar panel. So right here we have our solar panel. We have a multimeter to check the voltage, a wire stripper, cutter, and a razor blade. We also have a USB cord with a male to female end, and for this purpose we're going to use my phone to charge, and we have the USB cable for that. So the first step we have is we have the solar panel and the wire connecting. Here I took one from what we had at our house and it has this plug. So what we have to do is first cut this off, which I did here. And then we need to take the razor blade and cut down the wire and split it, so you're left with two wires like this. And then we use the wire stripper to take off the wire, so we just have the wire left and no casing. As you can see, we have two colors here. We have our white, our yellow, and our white. The white's going to be our negative, and the yellow is going to be the positive. Then we also have our USB cable with the male to female end. We're going to want to cut this in half, and we're going to use the female end. When we cut it, we end up with a cable like this. Then we also have to cut it open with the razor blade so we can expose these four wires. So what we have here is a green and a white, and these two wires are for data transfer, so for this purpose we don't need them. So what I'm just going to do is curl them over so we know we don't have to use them. And then we have a red and a black. The red wire is going to be our positive volt current, and the black is going to be our negative ground. So what we're going to do here is connect our white wire, which is the ground here, with our black, which is the ground on the USB cable. We can just do that right like this. And after we get it nice and secure and get it working, we either electrical tape it, or if you want to keep this up and get running, you'd want to solder it together. And we're going to do the same with the positive cables. So now what we want to do is check to see also if we're getting any voltage out of our solar panel. So to do this, we take our multimeter, we attach the negative terminal to our negative wires, just like this, and then our positive to our positive. So when we get the multimeter plugged in, you can see that we're getting voltage, which is around 3.2 volts. So knowing this, you can unplug the multimeter here, and we want to see if we're getting voltage from the end of the USB cable. So for this, we're going to take the other half here, splice the wires so we have our positive and negative again. We're going to decide here to hook the multimeter up to it. So the reason we're doing this is just to make sure that our USB cable isn't dead. And you can plug it in like this, and you can see again that we're getting the same voltage. So right there is a good thing. So we can just unplug this and go to the final stage to just see if it's working. So to do this, we take my phone charger USB right here, and you go ahead and just plug that into the female end. And then you take the phone right here and plug it in. So because the phone here requires 5 volts instead of 3.6, and we're inside, we have to add artificial light, which today is going to be this halogen light. And when we turn, it doesn't have to be direct, but it just has to be pointed toward it. So when we turn on the halogen light, like this, and then we can plug our voltmeter back in, or we don't even have to do that, but we can see that the phone says charging 53%. And then we want to test our voltmeter to see how much voltage we're getting. So you can hook that right back up again, like this. And this. We can see that we've gone up significantly to about 5 volts. So this will charge your phone just as fast right now as it would if it was plugged into the wall. So now we want to make the product look good. So in order to do that, we're going to have to hide the wires, make them look good, and mount the solar panel. Okay, so now we have the electrical tape and wires here. To hide the wires isn't going to be terribly difficult. Before we do that, we need to wrap the wires, because if they touch, we get a shortage. That won't be good. If you're using a bigger solar panel than this, you're going to want for sure a fuse. So in case you get too much voltage and energy coming through, it won't destroy your whole whatever you decide to charge. Which in this case is a phone, but could be anything that's USB powered. There we go for one of them. Here's the other. So now what we want to do is I decided not to cut this little black strip here. So what we're going to do is try to tuck the wires back into there to create a nice holding place for them. So now that we have this put together, we can mount the webcam like this. What we do is when we find a base that we want, you could just drill it in and just have it stand upright like this. So now we've built a charger with a female end. We can plug any type of USB port we want into this and charge pretty much anything we want. So a couple of things that I've learned from doing this project is that certain appliances need the certain voltage. So a problem that you can run in with solar panels is not having full sunlight, which we have to use a halogen light, which would lose the effect of using a solar panel, since we're using energy to make, or using more energy than what would be required to charge the phone. Another thing that I learned is just how easy it is to use a solar panel. It's a direct current. All you have to do is hook up a positive and negative terminal to either, let's say, like, if you're going to use it for your house, you could plug it into batteries. It would be very simple to do, and most of the work would just be hiding the wires within your house to wherever you have the batteries. So I hope that you like my presentation on how to create a solar paneled USB charger. Thank you.